In the meantime, back at the ranch over here, I've got these parts out. I thought I'd show you something interesting. This is the shifter shaft that came out of Fred. It has this tip on it, okay? Now, this is the splined connector that goes on the end of it. And that spline connector then connects this shaft to the shaft in here. Let me get the flashlight going and I'll show you. Down here, see that shaft? Let me zoom in on him. That's the shaft that he connects to. Now, whoever drilled the hole and threaded it in the shaft also went to the trouble of drilling the hole and threading it on the stub that comes out of the back of the transmission. Now look at the end and you'll see that there is a hole in the end of that stubby shaft. And you can see the mark where the stub on the end of this shaft rubs up against it, but it doesn't go into it. Let me show you. It goes through here, goes down there, and rubs up against there, but does not go into the hole. Now you'd think that that stub would fit into that hole, putting these two end to end like that. That's what one would think. But it doesn't. And I'm not sure why. Now notice that when I put this shaft through the center hole over here, it approaches over there at a slight angle. Somebody wrote and said, yeah, it goes across here about a 5-degree angle. It's not straight on. You can't go straight on because this side doesn't line up going through the primary case. So it's just strange. So anyway, my theory is that the slight looseness of this coupler on this end and on the other end, the slight amount of slop acts like a universal joint and lets this shaft turn that shaft even though this shaft is coming over here at an angle. That's my theory. Things I do not understand why they did it. Now, wouldn't it be cool to, I don't know, chop this in half and put in a, let's get this over here, 1/4-inch drive universal joint right in the center of that shaft. You'd have to machine the end of the shaft to accept this, and I'm not sure what you do. Machine the end of the shaft to accept this, and then put a socket on here. I'm not sure. It would be complicated, way too complicated to actually do. Okay, but it would be fun, wouldn't it? Let's see, there's the zoom. So anyway, just things I've noticed. Once I get the new shaft, I'll see what kind of tip it has on it. And I think this is removable. I think it's pressed into a hole. I could take it out, or I could just leave it right there and grind it down, grind and file the thing down so that it would actually fit into that hole on the stub. Give it more stability if it actually went into that hole. You know what I mean? Jelly bean? So, things I don't understand. Okay, that's about it. That's all I wanted to talk about for a couple of minutes. So I'm going to put these bits and pieces aside, and I'm going to, there's all my bits and pieces that I use up there on the big magnet. I'm going to put this aside and wait till I get the new parts and decide what to do from that point on. Anybody has any suggestions? Okay, I'm open to suggestions. And odd thoughts too, you know? I don't know why she swallowed that fly. Perhaps she'll die. All right, so Fred's way over here on the shelf again. I have a whole shelf full of Fred, and I thought I was finished with this. But no, I have Fred on a shelf. Fred on a shelf. And I think I'm going to start referring to him as Dead Fred. I like that. So that's it. He comes down. This one goes up, and I'll start a whole new series of videos on the resurrection of the Starship Snoopy.